In this video today, we are boarding one of the most famous ships on the planet, which is now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, operating as a floating hotel. I've wanted to stay on board this ship for years. Her construction started all the way back in 1930 in Clydebank in Scotland, close to where I grew up. So I've always felt a sense of pride thinking about the history of this remarkable ship. Her maiden voyage took place from Southampton in May 1936, and she retired as an active liner in 1967, at which point the Queen Mary made her way all the way to Southern California and is now docked close to the city of Los Angeles. In this video today, we are not only boarding the ship, but we are going to be staying on board for the night. I'm going to give you a full tour of the cabin that I was allocated, and spoiler alert, it really surprised me. My next video in this mini YouTube series will be showing you another cabin in addition to the rest of the ship. So if you haven't already, then head over to my channel, click subscribe and stay tuned. But anyway, let's get onto the ship and into the room. As you know, I am currently staying on the Queen Mary, which is a floating hotel now based in Long Beach, California. Now, I did want to show you my room for tonight, which is M128. So you can see here, the corridors are all pretty historic, and the rooms are all down these little chutes here. So I've got 128 on the right, and then there's 130 on the left. Now, we're going to go in here, and I want to show you what is a standard double room on board the Queen Mary. Now, if you follow my channel for a while, you'll know that I did stay on the QE2 over in Dubai in March, so it's very, very interesting to see how these two ships compare. Now, at face value, this ship cabin actually does look pretty decent. I would say that, to be honest, in comparison to what I saw in the QE2, I'm not more in love with this, I'm not less in love with this. I think I probably preferred my room on the QE2, but yeah, this one in here, it does the job. Now, you've got the main bedroom back there. Up the end of this corridor, you've got like a vanity unit here with a sink, and then in here, you've got the bathroom. Now, the bathroom has got a tub, it's got the toilet, and then around here, it's got the sink. Now, let me just take you out and show you the window, and then I want to just explore this room in a little bit closer detail, just to kind of clue you in on where my head is at the moment, and to also give you a bit of an idea on how happy I am right now. So this building here is the Carnival Cruises terminal. So if you're cruising from Long Beach, then the Queen Mary is very, very local to the port. Now, anyway, shall we look at the room in a little bit more detail? Now, let us go all the way back to the front door, and we can cover some bits off, bit by bit, as we go. Now, the first thing that I would mention in the room is that the walls all the way through the room actually are really, really heavily scored and really, really heavily marked. Now, I wouldn't mind if it was just a few marks that were on the wall, but if I show you the example of up here, which you should be able to see the sort of greying, if I take my finger and just wipe the wallpaper, you can see that really quickly my finger gets black, or like even just here, it's actually just rubbing off the wall, so it's actually just a really dusty room. I would question, if I do that with my hand across the whole wall, the room just doesn't feel clean. I'm actually really disappointed with this room because, I've spent $180 to stay here tonight, and I just don't think it's worth it based on what I'm seeing. Now, you've then got the cupboard here, which when you open it up, I've put one of my suitcases in at the moment, but when you open it up, yeah, fine. What I would say again up here, incredibly dusty. So yeah, I'm not falling in love with it yet, guys. You've got, I'd completely understand before anyone comments to say that, it's a restoration piece. I get that. This has been a floating hotel for years, and I'm all for restoring something, but I think you definitely have to draw a line when it just feels a little bit tired and a little bit dirty. So all around the cupboard, we've then got the wallpaper I'll not touch it too much, but peeling off the wall in both directions, and again, just not it's just not clean. So yeah, even the woodwork, if I change hands now, the woodwork up here, the woodwork is again giving me black fingers. So yeah, not ideal, but yeah, so if I then look up here, so we've got what would be the traditional air conditioning. So this one here actually is in really good condition, but I'll show you another one as we get a little bit further around the room. Anyway, now moving a little bit further forward, you've got, this kind of thing is absolutely fine. You've got some woodwork that needs touched up, but that is absolutely fine on a ship this age. But if we then go to the end of the dresser here, you've then got what I'm most surprised at. Now, you've just got a screw randomly sticking out the wall. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, I'm not convinced that would pass an inspection, to just have a random screw. It's struggling to pick it up, but to just have random screws poking out. You've then got very noticeable chips in the unit here, and yeah, all along the front of the drawers. So again, for $180 a night, I expected a lot more. If you look over here around the plug socket, you've also got, I think we've just forgotten to paint this bit here. So yeah, I'll zoom back out again. Here I am, hello. In fact, here I am with my dirty fingers, but yeah. Anyway, back round to the room itself. Now, we've then got a piece of art here. We've got a picture, and coming out from the picture, we've got some kind of drip. I'm not entirely sure what this would be, but it goes all the way down to the floor. And the wall over here is just more stained with what looks, I don't know, like coffee or something. Now, I did wonder if this wallpaper might be original and maybe they just haven't touched it up, but when I look down here, you can definitely see there has been a touch-up at some point. I'm not sure who was responsible for doing the edging of said touch-up, but it definitely has been touched up to a degree. So yeah, I really think this needs a good clean down, which was a review I never thought I'd give a cabin like this. Now, anyway, you've then got the bed, which, to be fair, the bed looks lovely. It's got a really nice Queen Mary branded show cushion on it. Looks perfectly comfortable. Not a single stain on the bed, which is, I mean, it's the least that you would ask for with a premium hotel, really, isn't it? But yeah, no stains there. Now, if we spin round, you've then got the chair in the far corner. Now, the chair, I'm not sure how well this will pick up in the video, but the chair is very heavily stained. I think it is showing through, actually. So yeah, I would not be comfortable sitting in that for any length of time. And I don't think that chair would be original. It's certainly very kind of damaged and marked all the way down both arms. And yeah, if I show you this air conditioning output, this was the one I was going to show you earlier, which, you know, I'm not going to touch that, but if I touch that, it would all begin to come off. So yeah, not ideal. Now, on the roof up here, we've then got more fingerprints, honestly. They are just everywhere. I don't know what people are doing, unless maybe people are doing the same thing as me and it's making the room really dark and really black, but even up here, that's not white, it's covered in a coating of dust. I've never ever seen that before in a hotel. So yeah, then if I show you the window now, the window doesn't fully shut. We can close these things here, so that can pull down, and this one here can pull up. So this one here can't pull up because it's glued open, and this one here also can't move. Now what that means is you can see that the window, if I just push it slightly, it's still open. So yeah, there's a good bit of noise coming through there, and as you can see below the window, there's also other stuff coming through, which definitely isn't, in fact, that is wet. So yeah, there's water coming through the window, which is definitely less than ideal. So yeah, look, I think that's probably enough for what I need to show you from this room at the moment. I have actually went back down to reception to discuss this room with them, and I mean, yeah, even the phone. So the phone is so heavily discoloured, but yeah, I've gone back down to reception or guest services to speak to them about this room. And the other thing I was going to show you actually was the toilet. So in here, again, you've got the same issue with the wallpaper peeling off all around the room. And then if I show you down here, you've got the biggest chip that I've ever seen in a toilet seat. Certainly not what I'd be expecting when I'm paying $200 rather, to be in this room for the night. So yeah, I'm not in love with the Queen Mary right now, so let's see if room number 2 can change that for me, because at the moment, yeah, this, in my opinion, isn't good enough. The only other thing I will mention actually is that from a cleanliness point of view, there's also hair on the plug. So, oh my goodness, guys. Hopefully room number 2 is better, and I need to go and wash my hands because this is so far from ideal. Yeah, not what I expected from the Queen Mary. I thought this was going to be a lot better than the QE2, and actually when I arrived here I thought it looked a lot better than the QE2 did when I stayed on there. But right now I'm struggling. So yeah, hopefully the next cabin will be better. I'll probably put a separate video on to walk you through my other cabin, which is going to be a harbour view king room. But yeah, I'm really not loving this one so far. So yeah, move over to my next video and I'll let you see what a different type of room looks like on this ship.